This episode is brought to you by William Hill's Final One Standing. Can you outlast the AFTV crew? Step up or step out.
AFTV Transfer Daily, a show that keeps you up to date. Your players will be linked with a transfer move to Arsenal.
Welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Don't forget Final One Standing. Now, if you haven't already got your entrance in and you'd love to get involved, make sure you do that before the first game on Saturday. Of course, I'm going for my pick this week. I'm going for the Arsenal. Arsenal at home against Leeds United. Remember how the game works. You can only pick a team once. So now that I picked Arsenal, I'm not going to be able to pick them again, right? Last week I went with Man City, can't pick them. As it starts to go down on the weeks, it's going to get a lot trickier if I get through this round. But I'm going for Arsenal to beat Leeds United. You're only allowed to pick one team. Your team has to win. If you lose or draw, you are out, all right? If you've missed out on the sort of league that we're in, which is the £500,000 league, don't worry, there are individual leagues going on each week. This week, the jackpot on that one is £50,000, so that's still decent. So if you want to get involved, click the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen.
You lot are always in the comments saying that we don't know ball. Well, now it's your chance to prove it. We've partnered with William Hill to bring you Final One Standing. The rules are simple. Pick a Premier League team every week. Win, you stay in. Lose or draw, you're out. But you can only pick each team once. It's free to play. You need to have a William Hill app to play, so scan the QR code on the screen or hit the link in the description below to get involved. 18 plus, UK only. Please gamble responsibly. Terms and conditions apply, and full terms are in the link below.
Don't worry if you get knocked out. There's new games with new jackpots every Premier League week.
Let's see who's the final one standing.
Remember, please gamble responsibly. You've got to be over 18, live in the UK or Ireland, right? And terms and conditions apply. So if you're interested, you can just click. Of course, I'm in a good mood still. In a very good mood because I'm telling you, Andrea Berta, pick up yourself, man. The way you've been moving in this transfer window has been absolutely brilliant. Eberechi Eze is still the name on every Arsenal fan's lips. This has been a great transfer window. Victor Gyökeres, we needed a striker. It was looking like it's going to be difficult to get done. We done that. Zubermendi, Norgard, Madueke. The Madueke signing now that I know that Madueke is going to be playing on that right-hand side, I'm more than happy with that. For Madueke to be playing a backup to Saka because he's very good on that right-hand side, right? Christian Mosquera and now Eberechi Eze. I mean, these are some really good signings. I forgot about Kepa. What a good signing that was. That was the first one through the door, by the way. And what a good signing that was as well for £5 million. When you saw that keeper last week for Manchester United, you're like, well, why didn't they go for Kepa? Right? So some really, really shrewd business has been done by Andrea Berta. Now, Eberechi Eze, a lot of people were expecting him to play last night for Crystal Palace in the Conference League game. They, of course, was playing a Conference League qualifier. Under the deal, apparently, that Crystal Palace were doing with Tottenham had agreed for him to play in that game. However, Arsenal weren't having it. They said, nope, we're paying a lot of money for him, £67 million. The last thing we want is for him to get injured in that game. We don't want Eze to play. And Eze did not play in the game at Selhurst Park last night, which they won 1-0. And he's said to be doing his medical today and will sign to be an Arsenal player today. I'm also being told that he could be unveiled on the pitch against Leeds tomorrow, which that would be brilliant, and that would be a big boost as well. Remember, we unveiled Gyökeres on the pitch over there in Singapore. Well, they're set to unveil Eze on the pitch. A dream come true for him. Remember, boyhood Arsenal fan, And now he's going to be playing his football on the carpet, and I cannot wait. I don't think he'll be obviously in the team or squad for the game against Leeds United, but if all goes well, should be fit, well and ready for the game against Liverpool next week. And again, that is a very, very good signing to have coming into that game against such a good team, the champions Liverpool. So a great signing, set to be completed today. Some people are saying it's for 60 million. Others are saying it's 60 million plus 7 million in add-ons. Whatever it is, he's come in. And I think it's just a great signing. And there's been a lot of talk and speculation about how the signing came about. And there's been a lot of talk is that it was all because of the Havertz injury. But what I've been hearing is that the Havertz injury has been more tied into the fact that Trossard has been given, this new improved offer by Arsenal to keep him at the club because they didn't want to lose another attacking player. Of course, remember Trossard can play as a striker as well, a second striker. So he'll be able to also cover Havertz. Noted that they didn't extend his contract, but just gave him a better pay rise. We don't know how long Havertz is going to be out for. Mikel Arteta is doing a press conference today. I'm sure he'll enlighten us more about that. But what I'm understanding about it, and go and watch Invincibles, Marty was telling me that he's got a very, very good source, Marty. He told me the details of it, that Arsenal were always in for Eze and knew that Eze wanted to come to Arsenal. They only really accelerated it because Tottenham was starting to look like they could get the job done. So great business by Arsenal. Again, they've been securing these deals. They've been getting, everything in place and in order, and to nick this one from under the nose of Tottenham, the way they've done it was absolutely brilliant. So great signing for Arsenal, and he's signing today. Now, what about this link to Morgan Rodgers? Saw this link yesterday. I forgot to even mention it in all of the noise that was going on around the place. Been linked with a £80 million move to Arsenal, amongst other clubs as well. Listen, I see this deal as highly unlikely. Maybe if we hadn't have got Eze, maybe that we might have turned to Morgan Rodgers, and I don't think there would have been no way Arsenal would have been looking to pay £80 million. Morgan Rodgers, of course, who won the Young Player of the Year award at the PFA Awards on Tuesday. But he has since as well come out and said that he's happy at Villa, even though that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to stay there come the end of this transfer window. But I do not think it will be Arsenal that will be in for Morgan Rodgers. Now that they've got Eze, I think you can write that one off, even though, I've had a lot of people messaging me, asking me, are we going to get Morgan Rodgers as well? Even though the rumours are there again today, for me, no chance of us getting Morgan Rodgers. Karl Hein. Now, of course, we've got to move players out. We've been bringing players in. A lot of players have, spent a lot of money this transfer window. But we've also got to move players out. Karl Hein, of course, third choice goalkeeper now. Not even third choice, fourth choice, because Setford's in there. You got Kepa and, of course, David Raya. Hein, who was on loan at Valladolid last season, is set now to move to the Bundesliga on a permanent deal. Even though there are some reports it could be a loan move first, then permanent, to Werder Bremen. Now, final details are still being sorted out on his contract, but the deal is expected to be for around about €3 million, which is around about £2.6 million that they're getting for Karl Hein. But Karl Hein set to leave Arsenal on a permanent deal. And what about the deal for Fábio Vieira? This one's been going on now for the past couple of weeks. That Fábio Vieira's chances now have got even slimmer now that, Arsenal have bought in Eze. Of course, Wanyeri's been promoted up. You've got Madueke who's coming in that forward line. Just no real chance of Fábio Vieira getting game time if he remains at Arsenal. Stuttgart have been the team over there in the Bundesliga that have been trying to buy him. And David Ornstein reporting today that they're still trying to push to get this deal done, Stuttgart. But the deal's more likely to be a loan at this stage with some sort of obligation to buy. Discussions are still ongoing and they're still trying to sort out a final fee for Fábio Vieira. But Fábio Vieira set to go to Stuttgart over there in Germany. And of course, Arsenal now are going to be concentrating a lot in this last week also of the transfer window in trying to shift some players out of the door to try and bring some money in. They're never going to recoup all the money they've spent this window. But remember, they didn't spend any money in January. So they're always going to have a lot of money to spend in this transfer window. So those are the transfer rumours for today. Don't forget, we keep you up to date with all of the transfer rumours. You've seen us this week, breaking news on Eze, Trossard, all of those things. So you won't miss a thing. All you got to do is subscribe here to AFTV and we will keep you updated. Thanks for watching the show and I'll see you tomorrow.